scientists just found something that could rewrite the entire history of the universe. This biggest giant black hole collision ever recorded. Each giant black hole was 103 times the mass of our Sun, plus 137 times bigger than a typical giant black hole. This epic collision happened 5.7 billion light-years away. This final cosmic crash created a super giant black hole, 225 times the Sun's mass, plus their spin. This thing nearly reached the fastest speed allowed by physics that we're talking hundreds of rotations every second. So fast, that's how extreme things got. This second generation left over from the giant black hole collision, or the third generation of cosmic behemoths, this brightness of this collision more than the total number of stars in the observable universe plus, yet the entire process only lasted 1 second plus. This merger event happened at the dawn of the solar system. There was no life on Earth at that time. This attractive force of this collision space, 5.70 billion light-years across, when it finally arrives on Earth, laser interference located in the United States Attractive Force Wave Observatory LEGO Plus, the Virgo, in Italy. Attractive Force Wave Observatory Virgo Plus, Japan's Kobelco Attractive Force Wave Detector Kagra received. The working principle of these detectors is to split a laser beam into two perfectly equal parts plus launch them to two lengths respectively. Both are 4 kilometers of vertical arms. After the laser reaches the mirror at the end of the long arm will be reflected back, since the two beams of light travel the exact same distance, so they will return to the meeting point at the same time plus interfere at the same time. It will be received and recorded by a detector. If an attractive force is encountered during this process, this thing slightly stretches the space in one direction. At the same time, compress the void in the other direction perpendicular to Itram plus. As a result, the length of the interference wall is also affected. Thisn the interference produced by the two beams of light at the meeting point. This pattern will change. Scientists take advantage of this. We can measure these tiny changes in space-time itself, however, due to certain factors, makes this probe seem exceptional. This sensitivity of the dry laser is extremely high. Not only can detected nearby car traffic, this vibration caused by driving in the other side of the Earth, this earthquake that occurred, you can even sense the attractive force of the moon. So scientists must learn from these extensive backgrounds resolved billions of light years away from the noise, this specific signal of two black holes colliding. There's no question. This thing is the greatest technological achievement in human history. One of the numbers of this incident is GW231123. Although it is only 0.1 second, but just for this brief moment, scientists have captured too distant this death of celestial bodies. He challenges our understanding of how the universe works. Basic understanding of the mechanism this puzzle is that according to our current theory of stellar evolution, there is a so-called pair of unstable masses gap phenomenon between about 60 and 130 times the mass of our Sun. Within this range, black holes cannot be formed by shuttling through normal stars. Here's why. When a massive star evolves to end of life, its core will become very hot and lethal, so that high-energy photons start generating electron and positron pairs. This lowers the support, this radiation pressure of a star against its own attractive forces. This causes the core to collapse rapidly for those who would have produced 60 to 130 times the Sun. For stars with massive black holes, this process can become very intense. This thing causes what's called instability. Yes, supernova explosion cause the star to be completely destroyed. This entire star's material would be ejected into space without leaving the giant black hole behind. Only a large enough constant stars can avoid this fate plus formed a giant black hole more than 130 times the mass of our Sun, but stars of this magnitude are extremely rare. See only in the stars. Universes formed in different ways period is more common. Therefore, when scientists detect two masses, when a giant black hole 103 and 137 times the mass of our Sun merges, it's like discovering a way in biology impossible existing species, because these two black holes exactly within the scope of what shouldn't exist. Their mass is too large. This thing couldn't have been formed by shuttling a single star, but not enough to be a supermassive giant black hole discovered at the center of a galaxy. So this discovery changes our understanding of black holes, cognition of formation and evolution. This thing is as if the laws of physics exist that we have not yet known loopholes plus the most likely explanation is this black holes themselves, perhaps the product of an earlier merger. This are the small black holes of the early universe, after colliding with each other second or even third generation black holes, formed by mergers plus their autobiographical status. Is this speculation provided clues both black holes spin very close together. Theoretical maximum: when a massive star collapses to form a giant black hole, this thing doesn't spin very fast, usually, because the core of the star is not rotating very fast, but when two black holes merge, their mutual orbits churn momentum is converted into the rotation of the giant black hole. According to the extreme autobiography detected, both black holes have undergone at least one merger. That is to say, this characteristics of rotation suggest that these are black holes colliding in the early universe offspring. Plus, it raises an interesting question. Where does this kind of hierarchical consolidation happen? In the sparse environment of normal space, this chances of an encounter between black holes are slim. This average density of matter in the universe is very low. That's how extreme things got. Probably won't encounter another giant black hole. This prompts scientists to look more closely at black holes encounters in high-density environments. Spherical: this center of the cluster is one of the prime candidates. These could be hundreds of thousands of stars there. These are all crowded together in a relatively small space. Another possibility is the supermassive giant black hole at the center of the galaxy. It's chaotic, where stellar black holes will be trapped in the interacting orbits plus underwent multiple mergers on cosmic timescales. We can think of it as a cosmic family tree. This first generation of black holes was formed by a single massive star. Some of these black holes meet and merge, formed with greater mass autobiographical faster second generation black holes. Plus then, this second generation black holes meet up with other black holes plus merge again, forming a third generation of even more massive black holes. GW231123 possible are showing us this process of hierarchical merging, because the mass of these black holes far beyond a single star. This limit of what can be produced when LEGO detects the attractive force. These two black holes have been circling each other for millions of years, gradually lose energy and tighten the orbit at the last minute. This rotating around each other at nearly the speed of light. This thing can rotate several times per second. When they finally made contact and began to merge, this collision produced a high degree of distortion. Fast oscillating celestial body. He is neither two independent black holes. It's not a stable single giant black hole. This newly formed object is extremely distorted. It's kind of like a spinning football. But according to general relativity, black holes cannot remain non-spherical. Therefore, he will gradually stabilizes into a perfect sphere ***. Plus, that brief process is called zero gear, because it's like after the bell rings, this process of the vibration of the sound gradually disappearing. This frequency and resistance of these oscillations. This Nix rate contains information about the mass of the giant black hole, and its information transmitted. Scientists are doing just that. Confirmed merger: this resulting giant black hole is 225 times the mass of our Sun, but even more amazing, at the height of this collision, attractive force wave power. This output is approximately 10 to the power of 49 watts. This is more than all the stars in the observable universe. More energy is emitted in 1 second. In that fleeting moment, this event becomes the brightest being in the entire universe. This thing creates an attractive force. It's like a cosmic beacon. This thing can be found anywhere in the universe. Sensitive instruments detect, however, this unimaginable explosion and release of energy, all compressed in just 1/10 of a second. This entire merger process from first contact to the bell, this thing can happen faster than the blink of an eye. Plus, this discovery forced us to rethink our thinking about the entire universe. This profound question of how to evolve over time. First of all, if the unstable mass gap black hole and range merge can exist, then it shows that in our galaxy and other galaxies may be full of things we haven't yet detected. Intermediate mass giant black hole. This may be lurking at the edge of the galaxy globular cluster, or intensive ones that we haven't studied in depth in a stellar environment. Secondly, this detection of such a large-scale merger means that hierarchy of black holes. This growth process may be faster than before. Think more universal. This might explain why some supermassive black holes can grow rapidly in the early universe. Some supermassive black holes Don't start from small circles out of the giant black hole after billions of years of slow growth formed by attacking substances, but through a series of mergers from stellar mass to medium mass to the supermassive giant black hole. This evolutionary process of third. This finding suggests that dense stellar environments are responsible for generating these extremes merged cosmic factory globular cluster galactic rivers and other high-density regions may be uninterrupted generate these seemingly impossible black holes has passed through the attractive force wave. About 300 giant black hole mergers have been detected, plus this one was particularly unusual. He not only provided alternative data, let's lose money, those on the level of violence and energy scale cosmic processes beyond imagination, but perhaps most importantly, plus this is just the beginning. This next generation of attractive force wave detectors will be more sensitive, able to detect farther into space and beyond early universe, such as the Space Explorer program plus the Einstein Telescope project will be able to detect mergers hundreds of millions of years after the birth of the universe. Events could reveal the first generation of black holes, plus how they begin the process of city hierarchy growth. We may soon be able to trace black holes back from the cosmic dark ages, this complete evolutionary history to the present. Witness these behemoths how to grow and shape the galaxies around them.